Gosh, talk about the longest state of emergency ever. It's not been entirely bad though. The rise in the activism and wokeness of my nation and the general reawakening I am seeing worldwide gives me so much hope. Lockdown has given us an opportunity to truly introspect on how we treat ourselves, how we treat each other, and more importantly, how our governments treat us. I spoke to yet another concerned member of society turned activist, Harold Sedlacek, and asked him what his thoughts are on the state of emergency and how it has affected Namibians.
Well, to me it seems as if the coronavirus scare has been grasped by some drowning politicians as a proverbial straw to distract the attention of the nation from the corruption which is rife in the country. The state of emergency was totally unnecessary. In March we had a handful of isolated cases, and being at the back end of summer, the weather was not really conducive to a viral spread. Yet despite there being no cause for alarm, a state of emergency was declared and level 1 restrictions were imposed. We got a hard lockdown. Paradoxically, as time passed, the number of positive cases increased. Yet despite the increase in numbers, the regulations were incrementally relaxed. It's a classic case of inverse logic. The socio-economic effects are devastating. Just look around you. Small to medium businesses closing down everywhere.
Governments have been yo-yoing with the emotions of citizens throughout this pandemic. And now that the numbers are not backing up their prophecies of doom, I wonder what the next con is going to be. I asked concerned member of society turned activist Harold Sedlacek to share his views.
They just don't have the resources to sit this economic storm out. I personally know 3 hospitality establishments that had to close their doors. All employees lost their work. Many other businesses have negotiated drastic pay cuts with their employees, pay cuts that are accepted so that fellow employees do not have to be laid off. But there is a limit to this approach, and that limit is fast approaching. On the upside, if one can call it that, a sense of solidarity seems to be pulling our people together. There seems to be a greater sense of unity, not as a result of anything that our government is doing, for our leaders are as divisive as ever. The recent ranting statement by the Minister of Defence clearly shows that divide and rule is the preferred tactic of our politicians. Yet, despite these negative tactics, the citizens are pulling together. There is no simple or quick solution. The viruses are not going away, and unfortunately we can't vote them out. But what we can do is vote out the incompetent and uncaring politicians and send them packing.
An Ethiopian Airlines flight brought home some Namibians who had been stuck in various countries when lockdown was announced. The flight allegedly also saw a number of tourists entering the country. One disgruntled Namibian shared her experiences after also being informed that she and her family would have to go to quarantine at a local hotel, which just laid off a bunch of workers at their own expense.
My God. First of all, we landed. Then some politician dude, I don't know which one it was. I think it was Okahandja. I don't even know where he fits. Anyway, he comes and stands there at the bottom, where by the stairs where you go down. We are still left in the plane. The whole plane is, and it's hot. He makes a speech for about, the press is there. We're sitting in the aeroplane. They make a speech for about half an hour. Sit ons now. And we're waiting in the heat with my 5-year-old. She's hungry, irritable. But anyway, we get off. This is where the fun starts. The airport, excuse my French, is an absolute shit show. They do not show you where to go. Half the people on the plane that were Namibians walked out of the airport building, were picked up by people, and just left. My husband and I and my daughter, we have COVID negative results, 70 valid for whatever, because Ethiopian Airlines won't allow you to. We are in quarantine at Safari. First of all, when we got here, then we had to get on the bus, which was parked aan the kant. Nobody helps you. Chivalry does not exist in Namibia. No one helps you with anything. Jy loop daai hele pad self. There you go. We get on the bus. We get here to Safari. Nobody says anything. We get shown a room, not a letter, no Ministry of Health official, nothing. The bus driver who is dressed in full PPEs, by the way, goes and gets the key for us from reception, brings it to us, plonks our suitcases, 6 suitcases there on the tarmac, and weggesy. Then it's like for us to see where must we go. I cannot tell you how upset I am. There's no way that these people, this Ministry of Health, is thinking, or this government, that they are dealing with COVID properly. If that is an example of the way it's been. I know, people, I'm so sorry. Good luck. I hear there are 2 planes landing tomorrow. I don't know from where. There's no sort of direction. There's no social distancing. There's no nothing. There's no signs to show you walk this way or go that way. Sterkte vir julle. I hope you all get home soon, and I hope you all have a better experience than we did.
The quarantine facility at the hotel also proved to be less than adequate.
Okay, people, so we are quarantining at Safari Hotel, okay? Which is not the state funded, we had to pay for this place. So first of all, we are 3. My husband and me and our daughter, who's 5 years old. So this is initially, we paid for a family room. This is initially, the room that they gave us was this size, just this one. With 6 suitcases and a 5-year-old, and we're not allowed to leave this space, apparently. So then eventually, after I kicked up a huge fuss, they gave us two adjoining rooms like this. Okay, so that's fine. So now, let me show you. So this, it says bathroom cleaner. So we must clean the bathroom, and then that's the dishwashing. So you must wash the dishes in the sink in the bathroom. I can't see anywhere else where you can wash it. So there's no space, as you can see, to put the dishes. So now that's the situation. So I'm gonna wash those dishes in the sink with dishwashing liquid provided like that, and that's the bathroom cleaner. Okay, linen is apparently changed once a week. Nothing about when towels and things are changed. Please note, we are paying for this. This is not state funded. And at Safari, apparently, there is isolation. So there's patients that are COVID positive. There's quarantine, which is what we are doing. And then there are normal guests. So I don't even know, I don't think we're allowed to go outside, but no one has explained. There's been absolutely no communication since we got here. This is the little letter. Let me show you. Sorry. That is the little letter that the quarantine people get. And in fact, when we got here, we had to phone and say what is going on, who's going to come and talk to us, what is the procedure, and that is what we got a little later. People, ek sê liever niks.
Meanwhile, prisoners being jailed in Okahandja managed to escape their holding cells and went on a drinking spree in a nearby settlement. The police, after apprehending them, filmed a video after they asked them to show them how they had escaped. Check this out.
Who is there? Someone must be there. Hey, you will just come. Take your time. The way assume we are going now like that. Don't waste our time, man. Yeah. Yes. Do the business. Sorry. Everyone. You, what are you? Touch. Stand still. Creo Esther. Odia di pode tenha. Sama mais nessa. Trabalhando. Okay.
So you were putting the thing in the hole, that's it?
Okay. This one? Okay.
This one?
Oh, to hit.
Okay.
Okay.
You must go. Yeah, show us how you went out. Yeah. You go out. Yeah. Listen. Check. Yeah, come.
Go outside, man.
Now I want
We are waiting for you. The other side. Just
now
go
go through.
Just go.
Yeah.
Assume we are going home.
Yeah.
Or wherever we're planning to go. Or to Angola.
Wait, man.
Cannot see you. You are busy here or what? Movement is very much now. You are behaving like you are too.
Okay. Listen.
Yeah.
Stand there. Just stand there. Who is the other one to go and take a picture?
Stand there.
Wait, Ella.
Are you hearing? Just be there. Don't move.
Remain there. Is there someone taking it? Sorry. Let me go get it.
These buggers.
I don't know to whom to guide on. I don't know how to do it. The master. Okay.
Just assume, man. You are going like you are going home. To 5 rand away.
Where is the one guy?
Sure. Yeah, let's meet at 5 rand.
Okay.
We'll meet there. Next. Yeah. Yeah, you was on that? You went. So you went barefoot? Yeah?
This Muburu is just here, my friend.
Go on. Yeah, let's meet at 5 rand.
Okay.
We'll meet in it.
Go home, guys.
Yeah, sharp.
Doggy.